Yesterday's sitting of the Niue High Court, that is held every month, saw 19 registered cases to present to the courts. However, 12 cases were adjourned till the 23rd of April, either because of a no-show by defendants, some overseas and some failed to appear. Out of the 19 cases, only 3 cases were convicted and fined, 1 dismissed, 1 discharged without conviction, 1 withdrawn by the police, and 1 lifted by leave of court. Most of the registered cases involved motor vehicle offences ranging from drink and drive, causing an accident, to car warrants. Only 1 assault case was heard by the Justices of the Peace, which saw the person convicted and charged $150. The Niue High Court presides every month. A reduction in petrol and diesel prices this morning celebrated the beginning of Easter weekend for many motorists as government announced its latest changes to fuel price. The hefty price of $2.74 per litre of petrol now costs only $2.50, a drop of 24 cents. Diesel reflects the same, reduced from $2.76 to $2.55 per litre, a drop of 21 cents. LPG reduced from $6.25 a kilogram to $5.89 a kilogram, a reduction of 36 cents. Therefore, a standard household 9-kilogram bottle of gas will now cost $53 instead of $56.30. 45-kilogram cylinders cost $265 retail. All prices came into effect this morning. A Pacific Leaders Summit started last week in the Kingdom of Tonga, and Niue's Premier Honourable Tokitalangi also attended the event, which also continued this week in Auckland. This week, when many donor agencies and 2 of the Pacific powerhouses, New Zealand and Australia, are calling on donors to assist for cleaner and cheaper energy for the region. This summit, that is facilitated by New Zealand and the European Union, to develop and enhance the region's efforts in addressing energy efficiency projects, also look at the dependence of islands on diesel, with the European Union keen to fund many of the projects, some new and some previously implemented by New Zealand and the Australian government. New Zealand's Foreign Affairs Minister, Honourable Murray McCully, said most of the islands have maxed out their balance sheets with debt. Niue has in the past few years embarked on establishing solar panels in different areas of the island to encourage more usage of renewable energy. The projects continue to expand with the proposed solar and panel installations from the latest funds acquired from the European Union and the Japanese government. We'll bring you more on this story next week. We'll hope also to speak to Honourable Premier Tokitalangi that can confirm also the amount of funding the Pacific region received from this summit. Some of the Matawai refurbishments and additions are now completed, with all 44 rooms available for visitors. For the past few weeks, contractors have been working to renew the decking, which is an important feature at the resort, with work expected to be completed by mid-April. The first 10 units of the Matawai Motel and the manager's house should be completed within 2 weeks. Chairman of the Matawai Niue Limited Board, Graham Horsley, says that with the completion of these 2 projects, the focus will move from a development phase on to operational excellence. The project has progressed gradually, with close to $8 million spent on the Matawai Resort upgrade and $1.8 million in the Matawai Motel's operation. It also appears that the self-contained motel units are proving rather attractive to visitors, with forward bookings months in advance, ahead of a fairly challenging budget. Over the next 6 months, work will be carried out to reseal the driveway, improve landscaping around the car parks. On Tuesday afternoon, youth and parents were enlightened by presentations at the Niue Youth Council Convention and Presentation Day. Niue Youth Council Chairperson Shield Palahitongia says the activity was an opportunity for those who have travelled on behalf of the organisation to return to the island and report back on what they have learned. Over the past year, there have been a number of youth attending regional and international forums, which is good exposure for them to build capacity, confidence, leadership skills, and develop networks. Some of the presentations reflected on workshops for training of the trainers in areas of HIV awareness, looking beyond disasters, youth unemployment. For those who were present at this session, it proved rather educational and also set a standard for future youth presentation and expectations for those who travel. There was also an information sharing about other potential travellers and responses for future projects in areas of sports and marine activities. But the next youth event on the calendar will be an arrowroot starch making activity in April. With the Niue Culture and Arts Festival only weeks away, preparations are in full swing to get people hyped up for something a little bit different, such as a hint of a street party and a Fringe Festival. The Fringe Festival is an activity for artists that will run concurrently with the Niue Arts and Cultural Festival. According to organizer Ira Merrifield, it is independent from the main festival and open to encouraging artists who produce artwork that is usually very contemporary and experimental, somewhat outside of the main area. This is the first time this concept has been taken on board, so it will be featuring a written words exhibition at the Niue Yacht Club, installation works on outdoor display and street art. On the other hand, there is a street party on the 19th of April that will be held at the Commercial Centre. To open the festival, they will have most of the venues and exhibitions open to the public. The hope is that this will create hype and a fun atmosphere for the third Niue Culture and Arts Festival. And to end our news bulletin for tonight, a long-awaiting game for the annual Colorama season finally hit the shores along the coastal areas as fishermen flock to the cliffs and beach cove to fish some of the new delicacies. The season that normally starts towards the end of the year has been a little bit slow, with only a couple of sightings, with people frantically scrambling to the usual fishing spots. However, it seems the small visitors took their time to arrive finally along the coastal areas. Reports from Awasele and Tamkotonga had fishermen catching scores of these sardine-like fish. A reminder to all swimmers and to be mindful of areas normally closed for the Colorama season. And that's all we have for you this evening. We hope that you have a wonderful Easter this weekend.